So it seems I'm not quite done filming for the day. So yeah. Hi guys, I'm Anita and I'm back with another video, and today it's time for another library book haul because I went to the library to hand in one book and decided to go back with 9 things, and I have one more book that I got in between my latest library haul and this one, and I still have quite a few from my older library haul, but I just wanted to grab these things for different reasons. So first things first, a book that I've already talked about on my channel a couple of times is A Discovery, which is by Deborah Harkness. I got this from the library 2 weeks ago, I think, and it's my buddy read with Becky from Beck's Books, and I'm still only like 60 pages in. I'm planning on trying to work my way through more of this today as part of the tome topple and see how that goes. As I said, the main reason I was there was actually to get to hand in a book, but then I decided to just look at what books they had on the shelves and all of that, and remembered that I also needed to get the next Stephen King book, and the next Stephen King book I had to get from the library because that was the only way it was available if I was not to buy it immediately. And so I got The Death Zone. The Danish title is also The Dødens, so it's the same, by Stephen King, which is the next one in my Stephen King reading that I'm supposed to read this month, and it's not super long. It's like about 400 pages, so definitely one of the shorter ones of Stephen King's compared to a lot of the others. I have no idea what this is about, but I'm eager to find out, and the cover looks kind of interesting. And then because I was right before walking down there to the library, I saw a May wrap-up. I'm really far behind on my booktube watching, so that is where I am now with the May wrap-ups and stuff. And Wandering Reader, no, I forgot what she's called, but I'll leave her channel name here, was talking about this book, and it's called something to do with the Summer Nights Kids or something like that. I'll put the original title because it doesn't say in the inside, but the Danish title is Sommernattens Rædsler, which is the Summer Night's Terror or something. And she was talking about this, how it was a little bit, if you like Stranger Things and that sort of feeling, then this book would be really amazing. I have known about Dan Simmons before because I've wanted to read Hyperion, but I don't know if that's the right thing to jump into, but I would like to read this one. This is a horror sort of book, I think, in a really small town, and something starts happening and it's crazy, and so I'm in for that. I think it was published in the beginning of the 90s, so it's a pretty old book, but I'm really interested in getting to it now. And then because I have wanted to get an illustrated edition of this to read since I realized there was an illustrated edition at the library, and that is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, a Danish translated edition, but it is illustrated by Allan. So there's like full pages of illustrations throughout, and I've never read anything by Tolkien before, but I've really heard very great things, obviously, and I know the story from the movies, but I've heard that the book is better, like the movies were a bit drawn out, but I'm interested in reading it, and I think it would be a nice experience with the illustrations alongside it. And then because I was there anyway, I wanted to get the next volume of Valhalla, which is the Collected Sagas. So this includes volume 4, 5 and 6 of the Valhalla comics, as you can see in the back, and still it has info before the stories, and I'm really looking forward to this one because it's called The Story About Quark, and Quark was one of those characters that I remember the most from this, because he's such a trickster like Loki, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into this volume. The next thing I got was Dødens Lærling, which is the Test Apprentice. This is the next book in Den Store Djævlekrig. The first book is Dødens Lærling, which I just finished like a couple of minutes before I started filming this. I wanted the sequel and get right into the next one, so I got Dødens Lærling, which is the second book in that. It's called The Devil's War. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to see what that will be like. And the next two things was because I was just browsing the shelves and looking for what Terra Preta books they had and if there was something that I could read now. And I remember that I went through it and they don't have a lot. They have some Tiffany Aching books, but that's like way into the future for my reading. But then I looked at this and I was like, there's a book in between Terra Preta books that's not a Terra Preta book. And it was Meredith Pierce book instead. And that is this book, which is called, actually it was the sequel to this one, but it's called, this one is called Birth of the Firebringer, which is the first book in the Firebringer series. I have no idea what sort of author Meredith Pierce is, but I like the cover and it's really short. It's like only less than 200 pages and the font is like quite big-ish. So, and it was in the children's section of the fantasy books, together with Terra Preta apparently. So yeah, but I also noticed this book, which is called Tæppefolket, which I think the carpet people is the original title. It's not part of the Discworld, so I decided to grab it, and it's only 175 pages. And I mean, it's Terra Preta. I'd like to read everything that he's written, so I thought that since this was not Discworld, and I would like to take it with me, so I have no idea what this is about. And the last and final thing that I just got was Full Metal Alchemist Volume 5, the next one in that I've gotten to. I really enjoyed the first 4 volumes of this, so I would like to read on, and obviously, so yeah, now I have a good stack of books again. So this is my stack of library books for this time around. Again, like lots of interesting authors, sequels, and books I've read before, authors I've read before. This was my library haul for this time around, and yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you've been to the library recently and what did you get, and do you have some problems with library and holding a lot of books and not being able to read them all before you have to hand them back. The one that I had to hand in today was actually one that I haven't really touched a lot. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna get to it. I know Shannon from Shannon Riddler, she does a video where she talks about the books that she checks out, but then she also talks about which books did she finish and which books did she send back unread. And I feel like that could be a fun thing to add as well, but I don't know how to do it because I keep renewing a lot of books, so I don't have a specific time that I can do this. But maybe I could do something similarly, but I'm not sure. I have to think about it. I think that's a really funny way. My biggest problem right now is that I don't know where to put these books, because I usually have one cubicle shelf for my library books and the books that I'm currently reading, and it's full. So I don't know where to put them without them creating a lot of mess. But honestly, right now my apartment is very cluttered, not decluttered, but very cluttered. So I need to do something about that. But excited to get to these books, and I like that I have some books that are pretty easy to get through, so I have something for different readathons and stuff, so we'll see how it goes. This was my video for today. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye!